Hola Amigos, we are The Roots. On this vlog, we are sharing with you our ups and multiple downs on our mission to travel and experience as much from life as possible. So please tag along on this journey. Okay, Mr. Root, whose idea was this?
On today's episode, we're finishing the bodywork. So if you remember in one of the other videos, we did the transitions with steel. So what we're going to do now is apply Bondo and fiberglass, smooth those transitions out. And of course, there's going to be more grinding, more sanding, and more buckets full of tears.
Hi, Mr. Root.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Good. How about you?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Let's get this over with.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so we've been working in the last month and a half.
Pretty much. What we have been doing is all the body work. Yes, we're prepping for paint, prime and paint, but we have a lot of body work that needs to get done. So there's a couple spots in the front here that had some trim. So we filled up all the screw holes, and we filled up, some Weeze body filler, and filled up some gaps. We created a new piece right here. This used to have a piece of rubber, but instead we just put a new piece of metal there, rivet it in place.
Yes.
Screwed it and glued it.
Yep.
Feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change.
We also put a new threshold on the bottom. The original door did not have one, so it just kind of ran out. So what I did is cut a piece of square tubing, filled it in, and welded it to the structure itself. We also put in a little false wall here.
Okay.
And then what that does is it provides a barrier now.
From the exterior.
From this hatch right here, there's no just open space.
Yeah, because it goes open all the way to the floor around there. So we needed to seal the cabin from the elements.
Correct. We got rid of any body dings, bumps, holes, things like that.
Which include these kind of things and that kind of thing.
We got it in a beat up condition.
Yep.
So we use body filler on the transition up here.
Yep.
So we're going to come back and fiberglass over all that, get rid of any high spots, fill in any low spots. We'll fiberglass over that. That'll provide another level of security.
Yeah.
It'll make it look better too. The emergency door, and we blanked that out.
Yep.
So that's gone. You can't even tell that there was a door there.
Yep.
I mean, you can tell that there's pieces that are fit in, but that was an emergency door there.
We removed the doors too, because they have dinghies.
Because they have body damage, and they're going to get flapped and repainted. Did all the corner beading for the rear transition. Yep. The high point and the low point. We also filled in all the flasher holes.
Same in the front, and then we seal these windows.
Any body damage we had, we filled in over here. That was a big giant ding right there.
Yeah.
We had to fill that in. So basically everything has been flapped and sanded up to this point, and then we just need to do a final sand on that before it can get primed.
1 week later.
The body filler's in. everything's smoothed out, all the holes are filled in. Then we're going to go over those seams with fiberglass.
Yes.
And that'll help reinforce that, prevent any leaks, and smooth it out. So when we actually do have paint on it, it'll look better.
Got it. Okay, but yeah, that was all day yesterday, and actually it's been taking me 3 or 4 days really to do it. Because you have to apply it, needs to dry, then you need to sand it, and need to apply it again after sand it, and it's a whole process.
1 week later. Okay, so last night we created a template for our fixed windows. These are actually school bus windows. We got the windows and the rubber from Tony at AAA. He gave us a bunch of windows.
Yep.
So what we did is created a template, and then what we're going to do is double check on this piece of metal that the template's right. Then we're going to transfer those templates, or this template, to the positions inside the bus.
Please tell me we're going to cut windows today.
We might.
God, thank you.
So the deal is, obviously from the beginning, you've been able to see we put all this nice, pretty, brand new sheet metal in place, right?
Of course.
So then we decide, well, should we cut the holes first or cut the holes later? And we decided to do them later.
Okay.
Which is okay. So,
I honestly wanted to do it before, but you insisted, and
I don't know that we would have ever got them in the right spot.
yeah, probably not.
So it's easier to cut them after the fact, which we were about to do. So anyhow, we had no template, we had no bus, and we don't remember which bus we got the windows from.
Okay.
So all these windows here, this glass and this rubber, they all came from Bluebirds.
And these are the fixed windows. These are not the sliders
These
that
are the
we
fixed,
have.
correct. These are
The sliders are easier in theory because the frame itself.
They will be easier to cut and install, yes. 1 week later. Okay, now we're on the inside. So what Laura did on the wonderful days that I was at work,
Yeah.
she decided to have her own fun. So she came in and she used a basically a rubberized roofing tar and sealed up all the overlaps with the sheet metal, all the rivets. So this particular one, you see the red box with the S. This will be a single window here. And then here where you see the doubles, this will be a big double slider. So what she did is she went through, sealed all these up with the rubberized roofing tar. So every single rivet, every single seam, every single window, overlap, transition,
Yeah.
is completely covered with this rubberized roofing cement. And then we even covered up the hatch, because this particular hatch is going to be covered with solar. We riveted all those in and glued it, and also applied the sealant to that. Same thing in the back here. Everything's sealed, rubberized. Even the patches where the flashers were got rubberized on the inside as well.
And these windows that we seal as well. But those are sealed. That one is sealed.
So, what we did also is fill this opening with spray foam to create some sort of structure, and then came back in with a different type of sealant altogether and kind of just poured it in place. So now we have waterproofing all the way down into the lower skin structure of the bus.
Yes.
Basically, all the fabrication's done that needs to be done to seal the bus up.
Yes.
Once we get the windows cut out, or the openings for the windows cut out, we can shoot the primer, shoot the paint,
Yeah.
and we won't have any problems.
We will primer inside and outside, right?
Correct.
Caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on
Hi, senor.
Hi.
How you doing?
Better at the moment. Better now.
Yeah. So we did it.
We got all the fabrication done.
All the body work.
All the body work, all the BS required to get it ready for prime and paint. And yes, we've been saying this for
Months.
since October, November. We're just one step away. We're one step away. No, we're just one step away.
Now we are just a step away for
Now
sure.
we're literally, finally,
So show me.
legitimately one step away. So, we have the transitions done.
Okay.
They're filled with body filler and fiberglass to make sure they're all nice and tight and sealed and reinforced. It'll be nice and smooth when it's all primed and painted.
Yep.
All the window holes are cut.
And fitted.
We fit all the windows, everything fits, everything's good. So we have all the windows cut where we're going to have windows, obviously.
Of course.
We had to do some body work to make these window frames fit, and they'll be dressed up later.
Yeah. The intersection.
We have a rear transition as well. Everything's nice and tight and sealed and smooth. It'll look a lot better when it's painted, of course.
Okay. So we remove everything so it's easy
So
to
we've
paint.
got rid of the flashing light holes. We got rid of the D-shaped rear window holes. Those are filled in. All that's filled in and blocked in. More windows, more windows. And then what we had to do is actually fill in this window here, or this space right here.
Yeah.
So this is the new driver's window. So we have a slider with the screen, and the screen moves. So as a driver, if we pull in someplace, is all I have to do is slide that open.
Yep.
It'll be real easy to...
So you needed to do some, basically another frame there.
I had to build a frame to attach the sheet metal to.
Like that. All that. And now it's all waterproof and
It's all glued and waterproofed and body sealed, and it's ready to go.
okay.
We have, the corner that got repaired. We have a corner that we extended. That used to be a piece of rubber.
I'm very proud of that one.
Yeah, you are. So that was a piece of rubber that we extended down,
Yeah.
just so it matches the other corner of the, the step well.
Yep.
Going up in.
So this is a little window, and as you can see, this size an addition, all this piece, really to the bottom and around. Has to be built up, and that black stuff is a waterproofing.
The emergency exit, there was no bottom panel. So it seems like there was a movement to remove all this sheet metal down here. Me personally, I think it's a big mistake. So this sheet metal right here, this acts as a stiffener or reinforcement, kind of like a belly band. It goes around the whole entire bus.
Yes.
Not only does it make it stronger and stiffer, but it also adds reinforcement. So remember, these buses were meant to haul what?
Kids.
Kids. Like, this was an 84 passenger bus for kids, right?
Yeah.
You get hit with a semi, you get hit with an SUV, it's going to be a big deal. So that was meant to be there.
Yeah.
That's by design. And people are cutting those out. I don't
That's a
know why.
big mistake. Well, tell them what we did on those little pieces on the bus.
So when we frame this out to actually, what we did is cut these out. That way when we put our 2x2 square
They're gonna match that.
wood, we're gonna frame this out 2 inches, foam fill everything. So we're gonna be like a freezer or a
Pretty
fridge
much.
in here.
Yes.
We're gonna have incredible insulation.
Yeah.
But reinforcing,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, keeping this reinforcement, I think is golden. Had to recreate a new piece for this.
Yes.
And then if you look at
Hey,
the,
what is the gauge of this plate?
that is 1/8 inch.
8. So we all cut this stuff, but it's still connected, so it's still structural.
Right. So you can see right here, this is where the emergency exit was. And this is pretty reinforced anyhow, because I have a bottom section of the sill, then another piece there. There's actually another piece at the floor.
Yes.
All of that is just to reinforce that. This whole section would have been pretty weak.
Yeah.
And you can tell there was a purpose for this.
Yes.
And this is where the door was. So taking out that bottom band, I think, is a big mistake.
Yes, and it's also a lot of work. Why would anybody do that? It's easy just to cut a little piece and deal with it.
Yeah.
I have fun with the plasma cutter doing it. It was awesome. I set a couple fires.
Yeah. So we're gonna get it prepped for paint, or I'm sorry, prepped for prime, and then once it's primed, we can paint shortly after.
Yes.
We're gonna power wash it, get all the grit, all the paint, all the stuff off, anyhow, we're gonna prime the inside because we have all this bare metal. It's all gonna get painted, just like this was from the factory. You know, this is a factory zinc coating.
Yeah.
And it's there for a reason, it's to prevent corrosion.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna prime it, seal everything off, cover up everything inside and out, then it'll be ready for paint.
Okay.
Once the solar rack is done, completed and fitted, then we're gonna come back with that Tropicool silicone roofing material. And then we'll totally coat the whole entire roof, front and back. We're gonna seal off all the brackets, the nuts, the bolts, everything. So there will be absolutely no possible way it's gonna leak.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
And then I won't cut those skylights until until the solar rack is done.
Yeah, because we also need to seal this, and we cannot paint it right now.
No,
if we
but
cut
I
it right
can't.
now, we will have that open, and if we can seal the bus to work inside.
But we need to climb up and down still.
Yeah, that too.
So it's providing structure for the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today, you guys. Please consider subscribing, smash that bell, and know that wherever you are in the world, we wish you good health. And until next time, hasta luego, amigos.